everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady coming to you from sunny, warm, central North Carolina, Zone 7. To celebrate the start of March, I'd like to take you on a special garden tour showcasing all the beautiful plants that are in bloom. But I also want to take some notes on all the things that I have to accomplish as the days keep getting longer and spring officially arrives. So let's go on a tour together. To get this video started, here is Hamamelis intermedia Arnold's Promise. And this is a wonderful hybrid witch hazel. It was introduced by the Arnold Arboretum out of Massachusetts. And these wonderful flowers smell like lemon pledge, which is one of my favorite scents of all time. I love to cut these now, bring them inside to enjoy in colorful, fragrant flower arrangements. The start of March is really full of brilliant color. You can see that is a nice double form hellebore, crimson candles, camellia behind it, full bloom. What I love about this is that I can see it from my kitchen window. And then behind that crimson candles is one of the best plants to grow in the southeast. This is Edgeworthia chrysantha, the fragrant paper bush. And these blooms have just started to open. This cute pussy willow, Salix Mount Aso, has really just burst into bloom. Again, these are some favorite branches to bring inside and use in cut flower arrangements. There's just nothing quite more spring-like than the sweet little blooms of a pussy willow. This is definitely the time of year where I have neighbors asking me what are the cotton candy trees growing in my garden. And of course, those are Prunus mumes. See Josephine over there, Matsuboro Red in that corner. And this beautiful pink form is a variety from Camellia Forest called Pink Panther. And for me, this is always the last one to bloom. So it really helps extend that season well through the month of March, providing bees with more nectar than they know what to do with. I have yet to sit down and enjoy the view from this hammock, but I like thinking that I will eventually. But the bridal veil Prunus mume is looking absolutely spectacular, covered in honeybees gathering nectar. More impressive is this bonita that's been blooming for about 6 weeks. And it's definitely finishing, but you know, for a plant that really just lets you know that spring is on its way, you cannot beat Prunus mumes. Another awesome plant that's showing off for the beginning of March is Jasminum nudiflorum. And you know, beware when you plant this because it has a colonizing or suckering habit, and it can grow kind of wild. I mean, look at it here, growing way up into its neighbor, this Osmanthus fragrans variety Aurantiacus. But I don't care. I think it's a charming plant. It's very low maintenance. Now that it's established, I never irrigate it. And you just can't beat this color at this time of year. I'm really pleased with how great all of my winter interest containers look. Those are of course planted in directly soil cube. Same thing with the live wall, that's just straight soil cube organic compost, and everything just thrives in that. No fertilizer, very little watering. All of these containers just do great. Now, that is a lot of garlic. That's what my friend who visited today said. But you know, it's doing its job. It's preventing the voles from going into this bed. It's helping deter rabbits who would normally come in and eat a lot of this barley. And I just think it looks great. It's gonna be easy to harvest. On the other side of this sidewalk, I've gotten some new broccoli plants in, and a video that I posted earlier this week of this area that I've kind of finally done, the final installation. at least for this season, to kind of transition this foundation bed from being an overgrown area of conifers to being more light and airy and accessible. So the ranunculus brazen hussy has started to bloom. A lot of people call this invasive. My solution is really simple. I just come through and I pluck the flowers off, and I use these in floating flower arrangements. That way it doesn't have the ability to seed around. So that's an easy solution for a plant that can sometimes overrun its space. Speaking of floating arrangements, there's an abundance of flowers in the garden to harvest now. This one is especially magical, the fragrance from all these Edgeworthias. Witch hazel is also a great addition, along with hellebores and violas. And much like the ranunculus, I find that my hellebores can be a little seedy, so my solution is simple. Just pluck the flowers off and enjoy them in a floating arrangement. That way you won't have any self-sowing in the long run.